can start.
All right.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. It's an honor to meet you. Could you please introduce yourself to our viewers?
All right. My name is Teixeira. I'm a visual effects artist at Projekt RED, and I'm working on The Witcher Wild Hunt.
Okay. So you're responsible for the effects all in all? Or
Yes. All the sort of environmental effects, these gameplay, some of the gameplay effects, these magical spells, the cutscene effects, the weather systems, and all this kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
It's all comes from you.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe can you tell us something about the hardware requirements?
Well, we are definitely getting that. We're going to launch, I think, very soon probably. We're going to launch like official specs for this. Well, we can't. Obviously, of course, for PC gamers, you can put as many Titans as you want and have and great. But it's not. I can tell you that we developers, we have fairly mid-range graphics card, and it's running really well.
Okay.
So it's definitely not a really difficult game.
So you don't need high-end cards to play the game.
Well, if you want, of course, we'll get some fantastic.
When you want to max out the game.
Yes.
But you don't need them to play it.
No.
Okay, that's very good to hear that. Regarding the graphics of the game, did the presentation we just saw run in maximum details?
Yes, I think so. It ran in maximum details.
Okay.
And I have
it wasn't on a PC, right?
Yes, it was on a PC, and it ran on maximum detail, and it's already outdated, so the graphics are a little bit better.
Okay. It was.
It's already a couple of months old, so from a couple of months until now, it's already. We are constantly updating wherever we can, of course, to make it run, obviously to look nicer, but to also optimize the memory and everything to make it run smoother.
Of course.
So it's better already.
So you already began the time of optimization.
Oh yes, and there's lots of optimization to do.
Okay.
As you can imagine, it's a gigantic world, and there's lots of environments and lots of this vegetation and lots of things, lots of people walking around and monsters and everything. So we have to do it. And it's going to be a long process.
Well, that's clear, because the world is a lot bigger than Witcher 2, and even bigger than, for example, Skyrim.
Yes. Well, we had. There was a funny story about that.
Okay.
Because I was lucky enough to go to E3 this year, and we say that the game is 35 times bigger than The Witcher 2. And for some reason I made a mistake. I don't know, I made a mistake. I mixed the numbers or something, and I said on the interview that it was 65 times the size of The Witcher. Okay. So, and of course everybody like on the comments on the internet were like, man, come on, get your facts. It's 35, everybody's saying 35 and you're saying 65. I was like, yes, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. And then I was talking with some friends of mine, some friends actually from the environment team, and I was saying like, I made this stupid mistake. I said it was 65 and it was 35. And they were like, but you know that your mistake is actually probably closer to reality than our 35 marketing number that we were saying. Like it's probably much closer to 65 than to 35. It's really huge. I mean, of course, size means nothing.
That was would be my next question. The world is immensely big, but do you also can fill it with life?
Yes, I mean
with quests and so on.
I actually saw one comment on the internet that one guy was saying something that I remember that, and it was nice. He was saying something like, I hope they didn't fill the world too much, because I don't want to get distracted all the time.
Okay.
And, I think there's a nice balance. To be honest, it's huge. When I saw this map for the first time, I was like, there's no way this is going to be completely empty. I mean, there's no way you can put so many things on the map this big. But they did it. They did it. It's really... There's a nice balance. There are some areas which are more or less empty, but there's always like very close. There's always some things to do. There's always, if you want to explore, by all means.
So the points of interest are
lots of points of interest. We usually try to go in a straight line, but it's very often we get distracted by something else. Of course, you don't need to intervene in that situation if you want. By all means, you can do whatever you want.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it's great.
So. For The Witcher 2, you released the Red Kit.
Yes.
where players can create their own games or quests and so on.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you plan to release, or are there already plans to release something similar, or the Red Kit 2 for The Witcher 3?
So we would love to release it. Well, in this case, I guess the Red Kit 3. We would love to release it. I mean, we're planning on releasing it.
Okay, so there are plans to release the Red Kit after the release of the game.
Yes. Okay. We just have to really, because as I'm sure you can imagine, well, obviously we're doing our own software in the house, and for The Witcher 3, it was quite a bigger game than the previous ones, and it required different features.
It's more complex.
And lots of tools were made in a very short amount of time. So it's messy. To be honest, the game is the engine right now to use the software. It's really difficult and it's messy. We have to make it more user friendly. Okay. We have to make it sure that people can actually understand what's happening and so on. Because right now it was too many tools made at the same time. It's like, we need this feature, we need this feature, we need this tool, we need this fix. So the engine obviously does very well, and then does really amazing graphics and everything. But yeah, we definitely need to make it more user-friendly to bring it to the public. But I think there are plans to doing it. We're working on it actually right now. We're doing optimization for that right now.
So this is certain?
Yeah. Okay. We're doing user-friendly optimizations right now.
Okay, great. In The Witcher 2, there was a maximal level.
Yes.
Or a level you could reach, and I think it was 36, and after that you cannot go further. How it is in The Witcher 3? Can you? Is there a limit for level? Or?
I assume eventually there's a limit. Okay. I assume that obviously there are those people who love to collect everything and to level up maximum. There are some level caps. Obviously, there are some. You can collect everything. I will say though, there are a lot of things to collect. So if you really want to go after everything, there's a lot of hours of content.
Okay.
There's many hours.
But you won't have the problem that you are fulfilling quests and so on, killing monsters and so on, and you are already at a level cap, and you cannot go further.
I don't think so. To be honest, we have a fairly clever...
Because I had a problem in The Witcher 2.
Oh.
That I already reached the max cap level of 36, and I wasn't at the end. I was, I think, at the end of Act 2.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're a good player. Okay. Well, obviously, it depends on the way you play. You can level up faster. We have this system of increasing difficulty, obviously. The further, like, there are bigger monsters which you can't handle on the beginning, and then when you level up and you learn more skills and you develop more skills, then you can handle with them later. Well, obviously we want to extend this. We want you to reach this level cap, to extend this as much as possible throughout the game.
Okay.
But I'm sure there's going to be people who are going to search for everywhere, and they're going to reach it sooner than we would expect them to reach it.
Okay. So there will be a level cap, or
I think so. Yes.
Is it certain also, or?
Not 100%, to be honest.
Maybe they will cancel it.
There's always a possibility.
Because I wonder why there is a level cap in the first place.
Well, I guess there's just a limit to how many collectibles you can get and how many skills you can learn. Like there's this, obviously you can develop all these skills.
Okay.
And there's always a limit to skills.
Okay. So you said that you didn't work on The Witcher 1 and Witcher 2.
Yes, that's right.
But maybe you can tell me something about what would you do different today with the experience you got throughout the development of the two titles when you would go to develop The Witcher 1 or The Witcher 2 again.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Oh, wow.
Would you do something different? And if so, what?
Well, I have to say, okay, so The Witcher Wild Hunt, this third one, we're doing. CD Projekt is doing way more than they should, probably. Okay. I mean, they are aiming higher than they are technically. It's like when they started doing The Witcher, they didn't have the manpower to do this, they didn't have the technology to do this, and they
grow with the development.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, they aim crazy high, and of course you try to reach this level of quality. There are things that I would probably do, like for example, we talked earlier that everything in this world is hand-placed. Everything, it's crazy. I mean, everything is, there's no automatic or procedural level generation. Everything, every city, almost every vegetation.
But it's worth it.
Yeah,
because it feels very natural.
Exactly. It feels a lot more natural. of course, if you use these automated systems, it saves lots of production time and so on. This game is a producer nightmare. It's a nightmare for the producers because it's just every schedule is like, wow, we're not gonna make it, and then we make it. It's like, oof, we made it, and then it's next one's like, oh, we're not gonna make it. Like, oh, we made it. So it's a lot of work. Maybe we could use some automated systems to do it, but probably sure. I mean, by hand it's always better. To be honest, I don't know what I would do different. Because we like this kind of stuff. It's a little bit chaotic, as you can imagine. The production of the game is chaotic because everybody's adding lots of stuff. There's lots of things that actually they do one thing which is kind of risky if you think about it. They trust the developers. If you have an idea, they usually trust you to do it. Like, oh, I have an idea for a location. Okay, do it. Okay. And they don't.
So it's you have very much freedom.
Yes, a lot of it. Okay. Probably more than in most. Like, usually a producer would say, no, we are blocked. There's no more content, no more design, and they just go like, oh, I have this cool idea for something. It's like, okay, so do it. And it's chaotic development. In the end, obviously, it pays off, but it's not for everybody. I mean, not everybody likes this kind of like constantly adding things and. So it's obviously it ends up being a lot of work. Okay. In the end, hopefully, it's worth it. So I don't know. I think we like this type.
We'll see in February.
Yeah, we'll see.
We will see.
We'll like it.
Another about the save game import from The Witcher 1 and The Witcher 2.
Yes.
You already had that in The Witcher 2 for the PC version.
Yes.
In the last days, I think you confirmed that this will always part as well of The Witcher 3 for the PC,
for the PC,
and that you are working right now on the save game import for Xbox One.
That is a tricky one. Yes, they are currently working on a way
because they don't have the backwards compatibility.
Exactly. Yeah, I think they're working on it right now. To be honest, I don't have any more details on this because it's still fairly recent. But they are definitely working on it. For PC, obviously, it's easy to bring the import. For consoles, they're trying to figure out a better solution for it.
How about the PS3 version? Because they didn't release. Well, it wasn't The Witcher 2 or The Witcher 1 in the first place.
Exactly. So they're trying to figure out a solution that's fair for the PlayStation users to make sure that they catch up with the story and so on.
Okay. One member on our forums asked if you maybe would have an interactive comic or something similar, like a Mass Effect series.
Probably.
Where you can decide which persons you help and so on.
Probably.
And which will change the story.
There's definitely, I think there's definitely going to be some kind of introduction to the game because obviously it has quite a big. I mean, it's not 100%. Obviously, you don't need to know the previous story to play this game. It's pretty independent, I guess. Okay. But there will be some kind of introduction, and the consoles. Obviously, this is an issue. We are obviously working on it to try to get the best solution possible. And I think we will probably announce this very soon. We'll probably work it out very soon.
Okay. Another question about Geralt and stealing. In the last Witcher games, it was always a bit. Every time you could steal from everyone in everyone's house, and nobody
would notice.
Nobody would notice, or even if they stand right next to you, they don't do anything. Is this about to change in The Witcher 3? So they, I don't know, they will attack you or say you why you steal from me?
Well, I think so. I think
more responsiveness from the population.
Actually, I don't know specifically about stealing, but I have to say that the population in general is a lot more responsive to what you do around. I mean, if you're walking outside and you take your sword out, immediately everybody starts running away, and the guards will come. So it's a lot more reactive to what you do. Yes. So there will definitely be a little bit more interaction between the crowd and Geralt.
So it is very likely that you will implement something similar that you can't steal from anybody.
Yeah, it's just we have to be more careful
without reactions.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me what happened to the gift we gave you at the last gamescom.
Oh wow!
Last year we gave Witcher's Journal. It's from it's a magazine, kind of,
Yes, yes.
in a wooden cover.
Oh,
we gave
have to
it
have
Nikolai Svet.
Oh, Nikolai Svet, yes, of course, of course. Oh, well, we gotta ask somebody else. For sure, we have it in the office.
Okay.
We have a nice place in the office for all the
Okay.
gifts from everybody. But for sure, we have it there.
Okay.
That sounds really cool. I wasn't here last year, unfortunately, but for sure we have it there. For sure.
We have a small gift for you today. Also.
Oh, excellent! Thank you so much. Nice.
And the last question, I have to ask you this because
Of course.
we are not only running the Witcher DE, it's also World of Cyberpunk.
Oh,
So-
that is. It's
Cyberpunk 2077.
It's going to be really cool. I hope this has such nice potential. This game. Obviously, okay, I can't talk about it, of course, because
You can't tell us anything. Maybe a glimpse,
Well,
something
to be honest,
new.
there's
because
not-
we didn't hear about the game a long time.
Yeah, no. I gotta be honest with you. I know it's disappointing, but there's not a lot of stuff to tell right now.
Okay.
We're working on some really cool, dynamic things. That's especially like there's going to be obviously this very early pre-production. We're doing prototypes of things.
Okay.
But some of the prototypes that we did are fantastic. Stuff like conversations that happen without having to stop the game, because nowadays you have to stop the game, like you
Yeah.
have to approach a person and talk to
Okay.
the person and everything stops and you're talking.
Okay.
So like dynamic conversation, you can walk with the person and talk with them and then go talk to somebody else. There's some really cool stuff from the gameplay part point of view. There's some really nice stuff happening. Of course, there's lots of changes. Again, the programmers are under a lot of pressure because this game needs completely different things from The Witcher. So they've got like new tools and new systems and new things for Cyberpunk. Wow, it's a completely different look.
Okay.
It's probably going to need a completely different graphical engine because it's going to have a completely. I mean, obviously The Witcher is very the mountains and the forests and villages and so
So
on.
you have urban.
Yeah, and Cyberpunk is totally urban, science fiction, dark lights. You know, very completely different style.
But you will also use the Red Engine 3, right?
Hopefully, yeah, we'll upgrade it on time to accommodate for all of this. So we were planning on it. Yeah, we're
Okay.
planning.
Cyberpunk 2077 will also be released in 2015.
Oh
year?
no, it's probably going to take a little bit longer than that.
Okay.
It's going to be in 2077. No, it's not going to be in 2077. It'll be later.
But we look forward to that.
Oh, it looks. This game actually has one thing. Obviously, we barely started, but this game has one thing which I noticed that it's actually pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if any other studio had this kind of thing. That's how can I even explain this? This game was announced, and everybody is working on The Witcher 3, right? Obviously, everybody needs
Obviously,
to now has to finish. Yeah, we really everybody's focused on The Witcher 3. So they announced this game, but they couldn't really spare people from The Witcher 3 to work on this game. So an entirely new team from foreigners and people from Poland and foreigners around, they came to CD Projekt
Yeah.
just for Cyberpunk. So it's pretty incredible when you think about it. It's like it's a game announced by a team, by a studio. Sorry, we announced the game, and then we form a brand new team coming from people from all. We have something like 19 or 20 nationalities in the CD Projekt in the studio CD Projekt.
Okay.
And everybody comes there just to work on this game. Just everybody moves changes their entire lives, moves to Poland just to work on this game. It's pretty impressive, like the amount of love that people have. But it's the same with The Witcher. People moved from all over the world to work on The Witcher.
Okay.
It's like this crazy amount of. And I know this sounds like I'm a marketing sentence or something, but this is like, well. This totally sounds like a marketing sentence. It's a game made by fans of this game. This is the best way I can say it.
And that's the best thing for the game. I
Yeah,
think.
exactly. Yeah.
Because only then the game would be the best you can.
Yeah. It's completely a game made by fans of the game. They love The Witcher 1, they love The Witcher 2. They had a chance to work on The Witcher 3. They moved to Poland and they, it's a big change. Like it changed your entire life to go there.
So
work on the game.
Mike Pondsmith, the creator of Cyberpunk 2020, is always coming to you?
Well, we do talk to them very often. We do talk to him very often because actually, even with The Witcher, they are based on the novels by the Polish writer. And Sapkowski, exactly. And he's visited the office several times to make sure that everything matches.
For The Witcher 3?
Yeah, for The Witcher 3. He visits the office, he talks to the story team to make sure that this story matches, it makes sense, that everything makes sense with it. And it's the same thing for Cyberpunk. We want to make sure we get the good inspiration and the sources right, so we go directly to the source and we talk to people directly to the source.
That's the best way.
It's great. I think it's really great. Yeah, just to make sure that we get a good product, a good game.
Okay. Thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you.
It was an honor to meet you.
Thank you.
And maybe we'll meet next year.
Yes, I sure hope so.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.